5, you're live. It's all good. It works out. Hey everybody, it's Corey with CVMA. Welcome to our live class. Apologies for starting a few minutes late here. We were having some technical difficulties with our audio, but we got those resolved, so we should be ready to roll. So today what we're going to do is work back on the bag that's not beside me right now. But we're going to bring a bag out here, and we're going to work on some hand techniques, transition into some kicks here and there. But we're going to try to focus a little bit on mobility today and sort of a different attack angle. So the idea of, what we see a lot from sparring and a lot from any of the kind of drills we do is we're very, it's all very linear. It's, I'm going to fight forward and then I'm going to return back the same line I was in. We're going to try to make that a little more dynamic and be able to attack and switch off to a different line, attack at different angles, things of that nature. So we're going to work on some dynamic movement today. If you have a partner, that'll be good to work with. If not, use your imagination. That's what I'm going to do. Well, actually, I got a bag here. So if you have a bag, it's another option. If you have somebody that can hold a pad for you, have them hold a pad for you. Just be careful with your partners. And if you don't, use the air. It's about the best training partner you can get. It's always there. So those are the options. We don't have really any other news right now as far as our reopening. We're still targeting June 4th. We'll see if the state government cooperates with that. But we're shooting toward that date still, and we'll have more information here in the coming weeks as that becomes more set in stone. We'll be able to say whether, what it's going to look like, how we're going to run things. And we may even do a separate video just on that to where we talk through that so you guys can kind of catch that ad hoc so I don't have to take 20 minutes in a class to explain that. So, but that being said, let's go ahead and get started here. So I'll let you grab your partner, your bag, your pads, your air, bring it along with you, get yourself ready to roll. And we'll take her from there. All right, let's go ahead and get them started here. So we'll start from our rest position. Drop, together, yep. All right, let's go ahead and move around a little bit. I'll give you, go ahead and move around a second just to warm yourself up. I'm going to bring a bag out so I don't forget about it or so that I don't have to go do it later. Just set it up here toward me. It's at least off one camera. Sam, we never did adjust that side camera. How does that? That's probably not facing the right way. Okay. Yeah, if you just want to play around with it a little bit. We didn't reset our side camera from the yoga class, so we got to get that fixed. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start warming up the body. So we'll start from the bottom. Just go ahead and rotate at the ankles. Yeah, you may want to angle it a little more to your right. Rotate a little more to the right. Because right now you're shooting out toward my back. So just rotate a little more toward the right inside there, and that should do her. There you go. That should be good-ish. I'm going to move that bag in toward me. So. This is the inner workings of live streaming, the things you don't normally see. All right, we'll work into the knees. All right, we'll work into the hips. Just rotating the hips. All right, let's work into the torso, so we'll just rotate the torso. All right, well then we'll rotate the shoulders. All right, then we'll come down to the elbows. And we'll work our way into the wrists. And then we'll work our way into the heads. Just stand straight, look to your left, look to your right, back to your left, back to your right, and go straight forward, look at the sky, and back down, look at the sky, all the way down, back to center, left ear to the left shoulder. Neck's a little tight today. And then just half circle that. All right, back to center, right ear to the right shoulder. And then half circle. All right, let's go ahead and get through some calisthenics here real quick before we get into the sort of the meat of this. Right after a couple calisthenics, I do have another ground technique I want to show today. We did the back fall a couple classes ago. We're going to do the side fall today as well. So let's go ahead and get through our calisthenics first, and then we'll get to that. All right, so we're going to go just like normal, push-ups, whatever you want to do. We'll go to 20, 2 sets of 10, give you the chance to switch halfway through if you so wish. If you want to keep going while we're switching, that's totally fine too. So totally up to you how you want to do it. We'll go ahead and just start with 10. If you want to follow my count, you can follow me. There you go. 100. Oh, set, net, yas, yas, yo, yo, up, yo. All right, you can switch if you want. I'm going to stay where I'm at. 10 more. 100. Oh, set, net, yas, yas, yo, yo, up, yo. All right, relax that. We'll transition over to our backs. We'll get the word for it. I want to do that. All right. Let's transition over here. So last week I did a little bit of a different series with you guys. You're free to run through whatever series you wish. Because I'm going to be teaching another technique, I'm going to just go back to my normal set of 20. But you add what you need. All right. So we go ahead and get in position for your first 10. Again, you can switch halfway through. You can just keep going. Totally up to you. All right, here we go. Hunt. Oh. Sit. Knit. Us. Yes. Yo. You. Up. Yo. All right. 10 more. And switch to whatever you want to do next. All right, here we go. Huh. Go. Set. Net. Yes. Yes. Go. You. Up. Yo. Okay. So let's talk about the side fall. There's not going to be a good place for this thing for a side fall. So it's going on my back for now. Okay, so the side fall is, it's not really similar to the back fall other than you're falling down. But what this is going to do is, instead of landing flat on our back, or bridging on our back, we're going to go to one side. So there's a lot of different scenarios for this type of thing. Usually when you fall, you're going to try to pick a side. It's more defensible when you get up. If you have to go to your back, you can. I don't like going to my back just because there's too many things that can hurt back there. I'd rather get to my side and do a side fall. This way, if something does go wrong, it's not my spine that's at risk. So I generally like a side fall a little bit better. Out of most throws, when done properly, you will land in side fall. You won't land in back fall. Done improperly, it depends. So this is going to be one that you'll use a lot, especially in here on the training side. So what we're going to do is, I like to start this from sitting just like this. So just like the back fall, we'll just sit here, just normal. Now the idea is going to be, you're going to fall straight over to one side. I'm going to pick my right side. That camera is going to get my, you're going on second camera there, Sam? All right. That camera is going to, I'm going to try to get my side view there. That's why I'm not facing sideways right now. But he'll help me adjust as I need to. Okay, so side fall, you're literally going to just fall straight to your side. Just topple. Straight over this way. All right? Now, to make the fall the right way, you also want to fall and slide the hip out, right? So you can lay back center. Otherwise, when you fall, your feet stay in front of you, and it's a little bit different. So you want to let those hips ride back a little bit. So what you're going to do, you're going to sit straight like this. The side that you're falling to, I'm going to go to my right side. The side that you're falling to, that hand crosses your body. All right, so same side. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is, once this hand's across, you're going to fall, the hips are going to slide, and you're going to find the floor. Now, notice my feet are tucked. I don't want to leave them out like this because they can get attacked or stomped or grabbed, and I can't really do a whole lot about it. So they're all tucked in tight. This knee, 45. Not down, not open. All right, 45 here. This hand's finding the floor, 45. It's not way out here, inside here. This hand's up in protection. Now, big key to this, just like the back fall, you don't fall on your elbow and you don't fall on your hand. You fall on the back of the arm. So don't go here, even though it's going to be your natural reaction, or here. Because while you're sitting down, you might go, well, who cares? It's going to matter when you're standing. That's where you're going to get hurt. One thing I didn't mention, which makes this a lot easier, is we're starting like this, right? If I'm going to fall to my right side, I'm going to take my right foot and put it underneath me. All right? That helps to get your hips in the right place. Because once you fall here, you can let that kind of kick out there, and now you'll be in the right spot. So we'll try this again. We'll sit up here, get some more to the middle. If you want to go to your right side, take your right hand across the body, right foot underneath. Topple over, find the floor. Everything else 45. We set. Now this hand doesn't have to stay here. Once it's down, it comes back in. Because again, if they start kicking toward my face, I can protect with my knees and my forearms to help brunt some of that, right? Never out here because you're going to smack yourself in the face, right? Against your head to protect. Everything's all one big unit, okay? So, and if they're going toward your back, obviously you're going to move with them. Now, same as the back fall, we come up to a a defensive posture right away, right? So we fall, and it's the same as the back fall. Slide up, get that arm underneath, posture up. Right? We all remember this from the last time, right from the back fall series. Okay? So, Let me go to the left side, show that too. So now I'm going to try it on the other side. So left hand's going to go across. Left foot's going to go underneath. I'm going to fall. Target's over here. I'm going to fall. Find the floor. Feet are in. Hands in. This hand comes back up to protect. Again, if I need to, I can come in here. Protect if I need to. Protect everything that's important. Right? But again, right away, this foot's going out. Now watch this. Don't just kind of go like this, because now you're at risk, right? So start coming up first. If you need this, it's here. Then it goes out when you're in a defensive posture. Don't go too early. Now, the question you might be asking is, why 45? Why does this matter so much? Well, if I'm here, it's easy groin attack. Now I'm in a lot of trouble. If I'm here, what happens is, if they want to pass me and go to my back, all they have to do is web inside my knee and pin it to the ground. Because now, this arm's stopping me from turning around. I can't really turn around real well. I can't roll this way. And I can't roll back because there's positive pressure on this knee. So now I'm locked up here. My back is completely. Now you may be saying, well, keeping your knee up, how does that help? Well, if I don't kill this loft pack, I'll show you. So when you're 45 here, when they do press against this knee, you can give them a little pressure back and change your hips. So if I am getting pressed here and I don't let this knee dip, I can use that pressure this way, push against that, change the hip to here, and now I'm on the other side. That's one way you can defend against that leg getting pressed. But once your knee is past this level here, you can't press back. There's no leverage. There's no leverage in the hip anymore. Now you're going to here. Now you're in trouble, right? So it's always 45. And it's always tucked. It's never out here, never together like this. 45. Now if they're going to groin attack from here, that's where you can play with this leg a little bit, but you got to be careful, because if they fake the groin attack and then you press, now you're stuck, right? So you have options, right? I can defend groin this way, use my shin, which isn't comfortable, but it's better than getting kicked in the groin. I could go in if I needed to take it with the knee, but I just have to know that they're there, right? And be able to get back if I need to, use some footwork to push myself backwards and get away if I need to, some more dynamic movement on the ground, but those are options you have. So let's try this from top to bottom here, or bottom to top. I guess you're on the ground, so it's bottom to top. Okay, so we're going to sit, hand across, foot under, fall, find the ground, and comes back up. Sit up slightly, use this elbow, slide, go to post, up. Now what do we do from here? It's the same thing we did before. We lift, slide, up, and out. All right? Now, I don't know if this is going to work the same way as it does in forms, but I'm going to show it this way because some people had mentioned that it's hard to follow mirrored, which I totally get. So I'm going to try to turn this way. I don't know if this is going to help or not, but I figure I'll try. That camera can help catch. Now it can probably help catch where I'm at. So right side is what I'm doing. Right leg underneath. Right side, across, fall, find the floor, hands are up, sit, underneath, post up, lift, and out. Okay? Oh, yeah. Let's do side by side. Am I good here, Sam? Okay, one more time with the side by side. All right, so right leg underneath, right hand over, fall, find the floor. Everything else tucks in, hands come back up. We're defending. Start to come up, slide that elbow underneath, post the leg, bring yourself up, lift, push off the left leg, right hand, hip under, and out. So that's the That's your side fall. So we did back fall, we did side fall. There is one other one. It's a forward protection, but we'll get to that at a later date. So let's get to some warm up here real quick. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to be doing hands, feet today. So we're going to warm up the body a little bit. So I want you just to comfortably find a fighting stance, take a fighting stance. I always start left and then I go to my right. That's just habit. That's just how I work. But you can start on your right and go to your left. It's up to you. But we're going to go 50%, nice and easy. Warm up hands, warm up feet. We'll go from there. So all you're going to do, you're going to stand straight like this. You're going to go jab, cross. Real nice and easy, 50% or less. All right? So go ahead. Just jab, cross, reset. Jab, cross, reset. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Now, as you're doing this drill, all the mechanics that go in with a fighting stance matter here. So as you're going jab, cross, make sure that things like your chin's tucked. Make sure you're not showing your throat, right? Make sure that those hands are staying up. 1, 2, and reset. 1, 2, and reset. Make sure that when you're firing, that head's in motion slightly, right? Don't just keep it in one place. So as you're going through the drill, all those mechanics come into play. Hip position, feet moving, all that good stuff, all come into play during the warm-up. All right, let's go hook, hook. All right, so we rotate, rotate. Now, again, this is warm-up, right? So just take it 50%. Go ahead. Just hook, hook. Nice and easy. You can even go rib hooks if you wanted to, right? You can vary your levels. It's up to you. But it's all just to warm the body up. Get used to the mechanics that are coming. I'm almost on the next drill. That's my fault. Right? You notice here I'm not even really closing my hands just because I don't want to tense up the body. Bad habit, but it just helps me not to tense my body up during warm-ups. All right, so now we're going to go uppercuts. So, again, nice and easy. All the mechanic is there, right? You gotta do the mechanic regardless of whether you're warming up or training or doing a drill or you're in a fight, right? So just nice and easy, work your mechanic. You can always go forward, back, reset, go back, forward, right? It's up to you how you want to do it, right? And again, always legs are moving, everything's moving the right way, and all your defensive mechanics all stay the same way, right? All right, let's go to the other side. So go to your other foot. We'll go jab, cross, right back to jab, cross. Go ahead. Sometimes when I change feet, I find myself ever so slightly coming across on that front leg, leaning on that front leg a little bit. Catch yourself. If you feel yourself going here, you got to bring that back to center. Get over the center of your stance. You never want to be sitting out here. That's a recipe for getting the lights turned off. All right, let's go hooks right away. Hook, hook. Right, again, body rotation, right? Don't just kind of static throw them, right? Get those hips involved. All right, uppercuts. Go ahead. All right. Relax there. I sound like a broken record sometimes. That's how all of us instructors are. We have to say the same thing over and over again, right? Because you got to hear it over and over again. But the one thing to remember, like when you're doing drills and stuff, if we say, because trust me, I've been there, it kind of turns into noise. What your instructor's saying is just noise when you're going through and punching stuff. But if I'm saying, keep your hands up, it's probably because someone in the room doesn't have their hands up. And first couple times I'll be like, hey, keep your hands up, everybody. Keep your hands up, everybody. And then eventually I might be like, Billy, get your hands up. I don't think we have anybody named Billy yet, so I had to use a name that we don't have. I think we don't have a Billy. If we do, sorry, Billy. Billy, keep your hands up. then you know, oh, that was me. You know, I was talking to me. But every time I'll say something like keep your hands up, give yourself a little check. Are my hands up? All right, yeah, they're here. All right, we're good. Just because. It's all friendly reminders. All right, let's work the legs, warm the legs up a little bit. So go ahead, pull your fighting stance again. What we're going to do here is we're going to combine 2 warm-ups. So on your own, you're going to do 10, but it's going to be 2 motions. So you're going to go 1, 1, 2, 2. It's a chamber, then a raise kick, straight legged. Okay? So it's all one rep is both motions. You're going to do 10 of them. All right? So no snap kicks. We're doing the precursor to the snap kicks, right? All right. So on your own, go ahead. On one side. Again, testing your balance here. If you feel like, come up here and you go do your kick and you're like, whoa, I'm really pulling forward on that. You might have to adjust a little bit, find out what's going on. Don't cheat your chamber. Don't keep it down here. Right? You're warming up, so bring that chamber high. And don't rush. Take your time. Again, this is all warm up. All right, on to the other side. Same idea. Let's go. Raise, raise kick. Chamber, raise kick. Chamber, raise kick. Chamber, raise kick. As you're going, check your angles. All right, if you're chambering here and your snap kick's getting a little circle on it, or your raise kick's getting a circle on it, got to change your hip, right? Got to make sure that hip's going straight in the air. Something wrong? All right, relax. All right, let's go. Same idea. We're going to warm side kicks up. So we're going to side kick chamber, side raise kick, right? So side kick chamber, side raise kick. Now, again, take it slow. It's warm up, right? So it's good 10 on each side. You pick the side you want to start on. Let's do it. My secret here is I keep my plant foot chambered the whole time. This way I don't have to re-pivot it each time. Pivot's what I meant, not chamber. Can't talk and do stuff at the same time. All right, and then go to your other side. Whenever you're ready. You'll notice I'm constantly doing this. I'm trying to get out of my habit. During warm-up, I let my hands fly, right? So I'm trying not to do that. All right. I gotta keep myself in check. I know my instructor watches these every now and then, so I don't want to get caught in the wrong way. Mush Bosler, if you're out there, hi. I know you subscribed to the YouTube channel, and that made me nervous. But no, I hope you are out there. I love when you're in hanging out with us. Okay, let's get to hitting stuff. So, for you all out there, this is a good time to glove up. If you, I'm going to get away from these boxing gloves today, I think. Just because I realize people can't see my hands when I'm wearing those big mitts. So glove up if you're hitting a pad or a bag. If you have a partner who's gracious enough to help you out, grab them. If they, were waiting until the warm-ups were done, why? Why were you waiting? Come in with us. That never hurt anybody. Or keep stretching. Get yourself warmed up. Get a drink if you need it. or just introduce yourself to your target. Okay. How we look, Sam? Are we good on camera? Okay. So, I said we're going to work on some of these drills where our main goal, and it's not going to be every drill we do, but we're going to try to do drills that get us to not be here anymore. Right? So, what I am going to have you do is I'm going to have you start at a defining point on your bag. So, if you're using a bag and it has a logo, start at the logo every time. Every drill, start right at the logo. So if the drill was jab cross, come back to the logo, start again. I want you to start in front of it each time so you can see yourself moving. If you got a partner, you start in front of them. Don't start beside them. If you have the air, what I like to do in the air is, like, I'm going to use the camera as my point of reference, right? So I'm going to do my drill. Let me go this way so I don't run out of the bag. I'm going to do my drill and see if I'm back online again. If I did my drill, well, I'm still online now, right? So I'm going to use a focus point as my point of reference. However you're going to do it, you set yourself up there. The first thing we're going to do is exactly what I just did. So it's going to be a jab cross, and then you're going to retreat. But you're going to retreat at an angle. So what this is going to do is you're going to start here, 1, 2, right? But now, instead of just kind of coming back here, being right where you are, you're going to pivot out. So you're going to go 1, 2, swing that back leg. Now be careful here, all right? And I'm going to do this toward you so you can see me, or you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So if I went 1, 2, and I swung this leg all the way around to here, where's that put me? It puts me in a very bad spot. Because you can come at an angle too. I'm not the only one that can angle. So I don't want to be all the way over here, right? It's a small motion. 1, 2, I'm just going to pivot that foot and then shoot off that back leg. Only a little bit of a change. What that is going to avoid is straight techniques coming back at me, right? If I'm going jab, cross, now they want to come in over top, or they want to hook over this arm, that's going to help me get out of that, right? Now, it's not enough to just turn your body if you're trying to clear. You need to push off the leg. So it's going to be jab, cross, 1, 2. As I turn, I'm putting the weight here, and then all I'm going to do is press. Slide a little bit. Advanced belts especially, get used to that. You're going to use that a lot in your sparring. Or you should use it a lot in your sparring. Because what's my alternative? Is the gallop, right, or the hop. I don't want to do that. It's too long. It takes too much time. So I'm coming in here. I'm going 1, 2, out. Right? Just a little bit. I don't have to be all the way to the door. Just a little bit, out of range, slightly. All right? So let's try that a little bit. On your own, both sides, but start at the logo every time. Okay? Go. As you keep going, this especially works well if you're doing the head movement, right? If you're coming out here, 1, that little outside movement of the head, right? Because now I'm over this leg, that pivot makes a lot more sense. If I stay centered, it could feel a little awkward, but it's not terrible. So it kind of ties in with that motion. Okay, now we're going to add on to that. And this is a drill I see in boxing a good bit. Now, This one's going to be, it should be relatively the same. So we're going to go jab, cross, hook, front hand. So we're going jab, cross, but now I'm going to fire that hook. Hips are going to fire. As I hit, I'm going off of it. All right? Now, this is an exercise in timing. You don't want to end up here. 1, 2, with your foot in the air. All right? You don't want to end up there. It's hit, then move. So 1, 2, 3, then move. Right? But it's not, this is where it gets funny. It's not 1, 2, 3, then move. Now you may as well not move. It's hit, move. Right? Hit it on the half beat. So 1, 2, 3, move. Right? This is, again, getting you offline. All right? Let's try that. Notice there on that last step, if you're kind of watching, I never set. I went right to my toes and stayed up on them. Bad habit. Bad habit. Get something to work on. Back to your feet on the ground. At least, getting your whole foot on the ground. Weight's still the ball of the foot, but you don't want to be up on your toes for too long. Okay. All right, so now we're going to play a little bit with, I got to think, how do I want to play this one? So this would be, let's see, 2. Yeah, okay. This is a little different. This is just going to be an introduction to angles. Not necessarily something you would do 100%, but it's more for when your opponent's moving. So if one question I ask all the time is how do you control distance on your partner? How do you manage that distance? Well, how does your opponent get closer or farther away from you? There's 2 ways, right? Either you move or they move, right? The third would be the earth split in between you and they move close, and the plates slam together and now they're closer to you. If that's happening, you got a lot more to worry about than just the fight. So either they're going to move or you're going to move, or both. And both is where it gets interesting. So let's say, here we are, I jab, cross, but this guy goes backwards. He goes away from me. But on that cross, now he wants to come get me. Right? So I'm going jab, cross, he goes away from me, but now he's going to blast right back into me because now I got some openings, I got some things he can work off of. Well, he's going to probably try to take this angle here, right? That's what I'm counting on. So I come in 1, 2, but now watch this leg drop out. See that drop? Little motion. 3. Okay? Now you're saying, well, it's a round kick. We're a rear leg round kick. Why would I have to move? You don't, do you? You can come here 1, 2, 3 that way, right? If you wanted to. But here's the problem, or not the problem, but if I stand here and I'm going to kick him and he moves toward me, well, he jams me, right? But if I was standing here and I wanted to rear leg roundhouse kick him, where do I need to go? Back here. Is that the only place? Now it becomes a front leg round kick, right? You always have that option. And that's great for when they're coming at you. You 90 off, hit them. I like doing that. If I can make it work in a fight, I try to make that work. So just play with it a little bit. So you're going to come in 1, 2, 1, 2, drop the leg out, kick. 1, 2, drop the leg out straight, 90, kick this way, right? 1, 2, drop the leg out, kick to the side. Okay? Give it a shot. See what you think. Yeah, that side. Got us burning rubber out there. So as you're doing this drill, remember, foot placement's important. If you kind of saw my drill, I was having a little bit of an issue placing my foot. For whatever reason, I wasn't going here. I was going more here, which was making my kick short. I was going in with a shin, which isn't terrible, but it's not what I want to do. You got to disconnect that, right? 1, 2, let that foot come on the line here so you can get to where you want to go. Foot placement's big, big, big. It's just something to be aware of as you're doing this drill, or any other drill, really. Foot placement's huge. Okay, now we're going to experiment a little bit with, okay, well, we know how to move at an angle. What's that matter? Good, you got offline. What'd you do? Nothing, right? So that kick was more of a, we're attacking you right here, right? We're following up. This is kind of going to be something similar, but if your angle is wrong here, you're not going to be able to take advantage of it. So what we're going to do is, same drill, 1, 2, but now, instead of just letting that hip ride, we're going to pull it in and side kick. So you're going to have to really get that hip inside on this one. So it's going to be 1, 2, right? Jab, cross, but now, if I make the mistake I was making last time, where I was putting this foot here, I'm never going to make it. I've got to get that foot way back there. Not way back, but I've got to get that foot. If I put it here, my side kick is going to be very, very tight. That's not what I'm aiming for. I want 1, 2, offline, right? What's that look like? Come get it. It's open. It's open. It's not open anymore. See what I'm saying? Bait it a little bit. Bring them into it. So you're here, right? You got 1, 2, set that foot off, 3. Right? Catch them on the way in. So it's a rear leg side kick that turns into a front leg side kick because you're bringing it here. It's sort of both. I guess technically it would be a rear leg side kick, but your angle changes so much that it doesn't really matter. All right. So one more time, show the other side. Jab cross. Get that foot out. Inside. Side kick. Get that whole hip across. Otherwise, that side kick's not going to work for you. All right? Let's move you in here. Okay. Go. a good example of not moving your foot at all. All right. The fun part about doing stuff on video is sometimes you make your own mistakes. And then you go, see? That's why I don't do that. So when I was doing the drill, I went 1, 2. Here, that wasn't enough. So my kick got real jammed, right? That can happen for a lot of reasons. Maybe you were really committing to that cross and couldn't get that leg to jump out in time, right? Or they shot in on you, right? Then you have to have another plan. Okay, so now let's take this from the approach of instead of evading at an angle or reactionary moving at an angle, we're going to proactively move at an angle. So off of the initial, so right here, we have been the engagement, right? We have been the first attacker. We're going to not do that. This is going to be a reaction drill. So if you have a partner, this is where you can have your partner jab or cross you. Either one is fine. But have them come into you this way. What you're going to do, you're going to take your back foot and go 45 backwards. What's that look like? Male triangle, right? Male triangle. For beginners who don't know, right, we have the hourglass drill, right? Male triangle, female triangle, right? Female triangle stands from a center point, out, and out, right? Forward, that's female triangle, right? Male triangle is backwards, right? We're going to use male triangle, right? We're going to use the retreating triangle. So here, you're in. Here comes that punch. Now go into punch zone with this, right? Make sure they can hit you. If I'm back here and I'm like, oh, you're going to punch me, he's not going to punch me. He'd be very foolish to do so. So be in that punch range, right? I'm in punch range here, going 45. Now look at how I went 45. Not with my head over my foot, on the back leg. On the back leg. Because the next thing you're going to do is come right into him. Right? Now, please do not make this mistake. And if you are, graduate from this. I see people set this up beautifully. They're in here. Maybe they got a little forward lean in that head showing, yeah, go ahead, hit me, hit me, hit me. And they go here, and then they go, and I want to cry. If you're going to move smooth like that, and you're going to take a step with that back foot first, you may as well not do it. I can see it coming from a mile away. It's going to waste your time. Again, okay, that's what we're doing. Push off the leg that's rooted. Use your momentum. It's a half a beat faster. Do it as opposed to stepping, right? So we're here. They're coming in. Here comes that punch. I'm 45 out, 45 in. Now, this is not defense. This is sparring, more of a sparring drill. So it's about speed, getting to your target. It's not about killing your target, right? So, again, even out here, it's out 45, right off the back leg. It's a thrust kick. I use this a lot in sparring. It's nice when you can get, their hands are here, get that foot right inside, meet the rib. It's a beautiful kick. It works a lot. And it's super simple. All right? So, but it's got to be 45 back in. Not 45 back in. And definitely not. Okay? It's got to be hop right in. Get there quick. Half beat. All right? Give it a shot. If you're ending on your zone or on your logo, you're not 45. Okay, so You got to be ending 45 to your target. Yeah, be this way. Okay. Now we're getting into this idea of making the 45 angle work for you. There's a lot of things you can do with that. You can draw them, right? You can stay open. Here's your attack. And then you can even take a side kick here. What I like doing in that realm, if you know me, I'm a big proponent of I like to play distances. So if I can get your kick to miss me by that much, that's what I kind of want. So what I like to do is I'll come in here. I'll go 45 with my body open, let you kick, but all my weight's still on my front leg. Because as soon as you kick again, I'm going to go out and come back in on you. That's one thing I like to do. So you can play with your balance there, right? I said on that drill, weight on your back leg, right? Well, that's because I wanted to kick. If I don't want to kick, I might go weight to my front leg so I can come out and then come in again, right? I could go here, go 45 out, and then come 45 again. There's a lot of things you can do. But it's all about angular movement. If I can get you guys to not walk a straight line and just each movement you do is angular, it's going to improve your fighting just like, I can't snap with gloves on, but just like that. So angular movement is critical to what you're doing. All right, now, what if, how can we like, well, I don't really know how to explain this one, but how can we make angular movement out of not angular movement? That just seems like a very odd question, right? So what if I don't move at an angle? And we kind of did this drill, but now I'm going to make it obvious. You remember the drill where we went 1, 2, and we stepped out this way? It's a variation of that. But now what's going to happen is we're going to catch this guy coming in. So he's going to punch at me, and I'm going to go backwards. Now I'm on the run. His reaction is probably going to be to come after me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a hard 90 and kick. All right? On a bag, this one's hard to do. And in fact, kind of what you got to do, hopefully that camera can catch it, is I got to go behind the bag, go back, and then 90 here. Okay? Use the bag as best you can here. I'll go this way and show it. So I got to go right against the bag here, go back, 90, hit. Okay? Now, I want to hit right here. Not over here, not over here, because I want it to be a hard 90-degree angle. So if I'm here and I go only back a little bit and I go out here, now I'm hitting, I had to shorten the kick a little bit, but I'm hitting in here. And I want it to be over here. So what you can do, you can take a piece of tape. I do this all the time, and you've been in my classes, you'll see it. Stick it right there. Hit the piece of tape each time. Don't hit it with your shin, hit it with your foot, right? Hit it with that instep. So that's one thing you can try. All right? So let's do this drill. Now again, I want to hit straight on here, not off to the side. And that's going to be based upon where you place your foot. And I want to try to hit it with the instep of the foot, not with my toes and not with my shin if I can do it. Right? It's all about distancing and the way you're setting your kick up. All right? Again, take your time here. So we're going to go right against the bag here. This way, don't lean against it, just right beside it. Again, backwards, hard 90, kick. Go ahead. for sake of camera, I'm going to move this bag again this way. Too close. Okay. Now, again, on that motion, it's all about how you place your foot. Again, recurring theme. If I go out here, I get the great distance here, put my foot there, I'm never going to get the kickoff. Now, you got to imagine what this is, right? So this is, they're punching at you. It'll just be okay. They're punching at you, you're going backwards, so now they want this, right? They want that rear thrust kick. So you're kind of shooting off to the side of them, using that round kick right where it is, right? Again, you don't have to fight straight line with straight line. You know, we're not Mortal Kombat. We can go 3 dimensions, right? So we're going to all go 3 dimensions. That's kind of going to help your fighting improve a little, or take your fighting to another level. Okay. We didn't talk about Ewing. We didn't talk about any of that stuff. But what we were focused on was angular movement, either during pre-engagement or post-engagement, right? So you're either clearing, or you're not, or you're clearing offline, or you're going in offline. But notice and I held my tongue till the very end. I was trying to do this. Think back along your drills. Think back along your practice. Tell me, when you were doing this drill, did you come off, then just stand there? Or did you come off and clear? Which one did you do? Because you know which one you should do, right? Which one did you do? Again, this is where habits come into play. And you watched it. I'm right here working with you guys. I'm making mistakes too. We're all going to make mistakes. Just because there's a camera in front of me does not mean I automatically become perfect. So we can all learn from each other. You can all learn from me when I teach, or you can learn from me messing up. And I'm going to tell you about it, because there's no sense in me hiding it. It's on camera, right? But mistakes are meant to teach you to be better, right? You got to make mistakes in order to learn. Otherwise, if you're perfect, well, you wouldn't need anybody. You'd just be your own perfect being. So evaluate your drills. Take the last few seconds here. Right after we end this live stream, don't go off and do the next thing. Take a few minutes and reflect on the training. Reflect on the training you did. See what you think. If you've got a little note card, you can write down, or like me, I put it in my notebook. I have a big electronic notebook that I put everything in on my iPad. I'll go home and I'll write, okay, I had problems with this drill, or I kept making this mistake. These are things that you can go back and look at and go, okay, I had some problems with that. I'm going to redo that class and see if I can make that a little bit better. That's the beauty of doing this stuff online. So take your time and think about that. But reflect on what you did today. Reflect on the drills we did today. Wednesday we might revisit some of this, but we're going to try to talk more about some different topics. But we may revisit some of this so that we can keep it fresh in our heads. So you keep working, keep pushing towards getting better and better each day. Like I say, hopefully we'll be back together again soon here, whether it's outdoor or indoor, and be able to start working out together again. Like I say, it's an individual's journey, but it's fun together. We appreciate everybody's support. Like I say, without you guys continuing to support us, there's nothing to come back to. So we really appreciate everybody's support through this. And for any other small businesses out there, we feel you. We wish you guys all the best as well, because it's not easy. But we appreciate everybody's support. We appreciate you guys being there for us, and we appreciate you guys coming out and watching with us. It makes it more fun when I know there's people out there. Sounds like we had a decent sized crew tonight. which is pretty cool. So, just continue to watch us. Next Monday's Memorial Day, right? Today's the 18th, right?
9, up to 9, most of the night.
Sweet.
Yeah, next Monday.
Yeah, next Monday. So next Monday is Memorial Day. Next Monday is Memorial Day. We are still going to have a class because why not? So be here with us, But we got class Wednesday like normal, but we will hold a class Monday, Memorial Day as well. So get your burgers and dogs and then come in and work out with us, or the other way around, depending on if you want to feel better later or not. But we really appreciate you guys joining us today. Hope everybody's staying safe out there, and we look forward to training with you again soon. So appreciate you guys for watching. I'm Corey with CVMA. We'll see you again next time. All right.